Welcome to day 29 of the Match World Cup video blog in association with Chewits. Now today is one of the strangest days in world football because two teams are going to go head to head today and they've recently both lost matches. They've been knocked out of the tournament but they're still playing. It seems a bit strange and there's a lot of argument and discussion about whether this game should take place, whether there's a need for a third place playoff match, because that's exactly what we've got here. Two teams who lost in the semi-finals, Uruguay and Germany, battling it out to basically get a medal, which is almost like there isn't a need for it, but it's a bronze medal match. That's the reward they're going to get for this, and it gives them a little bit of status, a little bit of a positive end to the tournament if they can achieve a win in this game. So, I reckon it's well worth it. Any game of football where you get an extra match with two top teams battling it out for some kind of prize, I think is always going to be worth it. So, I think we should get behind this game and really enjoy it with two great attacking teams. I'll leave a bit of a news roundup to start with, and then we'll roll on to a bit of the extra news for the big game tomorrow. So for the third place playoff, Uruguay against Germany. Big news for the Uruguay, because they've got Suarez and Fusile. They're both back from their suspensions, so they'll come into the defence and the attack of the team. And Forlan, Diego Forlan, the most important player in the Uruguay team, the guy who knits it all together, whose passing, his movement, and whose fantastic finishing and his footy brain make him one of the best strikers out there. Well, there's questions over his fitness. He's going to have a late fitness test to see whether or not he's able to play this game, but I'm absolutely certain that he'll find a way to play because he wants to score more goals than anybody else and win the Golden Boot at this tournament. And if he scores a couple, there's a strong chance he'll win that award. So I think he'll be here in the starting lineup. On the German side of things, Thomas Müller, that key midfielder who I've been bigging up for the whole tournament, he's fantastic and he's going to be back in the team after his suspension from the semi-finals. And then there's Lahm and Podolski, who've been suffering with flu, which was a bit of an invade into the German camp. The coach, Joachim Löw, he's been suffering from it, but he's feeling a bit better now, I think. And Philipp Lahm and Podolski are both thought to be fit enough to be starting the game as well. And we'll see later, obviously. The final one, the big issue, was Miroslav Klose. Was he going to be alright? Was he going to be overcoming the injury problems that he's had for the last couple of games to actually make a start here? And again, I'm pretty certain, because he's got world records to be breaking and he wants to win the Golden Boot at this tournament, then he'll be starting as well. So there should be really strong teams, both almost at their very strongest, for this match, which is kicking off this evening. Coming up over to the final, some early news in build-up to the big game on Sunday. Nigel de Jong, he should be back because he overcome his suspension. He's worked that out in the semi-finals and he's now clear of suspension and ready to slot into the defensive midfield position again. And apart from that, the Dutch squad is looking 100%. Really strong competitors, all going to be slotting back into their positions and going for that win. And if Holland win the game, they will then become the world #1s in the FIFA World Rankings. So if the prize wasn't big enough already, and it definitely is big enough, that's all they'll be thinking about is winning this huge game and being the world champions. Well, there's a little extra bonus there to be world #1s as well. Overtake Spain and Brazil to become the top team. On the Spanish side of things, the debate's raging on in Spain about whether or not Fernando Torres is going to get his place back, or if Pedro's going to start, or possibly there are 2 or 3 other options who could come into the team. So that's still raging on. I think myself that Torres will probably be benched and Pedro will keep his place. But if Del Bosque wants to get a bit of height in the team and go for a different kind of aspect with getting David Villa out wide left, who's been so dangerous in this tournament, then Torres can win his place back. But that's all in the lap of the gods for the time being. I have to wait and see how training goes, and then the news will come tomorrow. That's the end of a Match World Cup video blog in association with Chewits for today. Tune in for the match tonight, check it out, and then tomorrow we'll have a report and then all of the huge build-up to the biggest game in world footy, the World Cup finals tomorrow, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, I'll see you then.